Maybe it'll come back. Shoot, I distracted myself with a different thought.
That's okay.
Yeah, I know, but it felt like it was important and tiny.
I feel that you're just like, no, get back here, and then the more you try, the more it runs away, and you're like, it's like a squirrel. You're like, I want to pet you, and you're like, no.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe it'll come back, but was it about the women's circle? So you're like sitting with yourself, you're tapping, feeling compassion and openness. I don't know. It's slipped away. But yeah, the mirror work is essentially what we're doing when we're watching videos of ourselves, but we're doing mirror work in a way that has never been available before. And
Yeah.
I'm finding that I genuinely don't recognize myself. And so like when I watch current videos of myself, I'm like, wow, who's that beautiful woman? Who seems like really well spoken and smart and, resourced. And then I go watch old videos of myself, and often it's difficult, and I'm like, wow, she's actually pretty fucking smart too. And I know that she wasn't very resourced, but she still managed to get some cool shit done. And I could see, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't, it's quite an experience. Like, I really encourage you to meet that uncomfortable edge.
I think that's such a great tool. That is a huge, it's like hitting me. I'm like, fuck, that's a huge tool. Thank you, Heather. Oh my God. Like how we can be that mirror for ourselves, how we can actually see ourselves going through the process, going through like whatever it is, and to go back and give that part of ourselves compassion. Um, and then also having the videos of like, hey, I did pretty good. Like, I actually have one. I'll I want to upload it. It's I haven't been smoking weed, and then I got high the other night, and I was up at the farm, up in the hills, and there's a garden where I'm at, and it's a very organized and tidy garden, and it's quite funny because I'm just like, oh my God, look at the babies. I just like, these are babies you can eat. What the fuck? Like, I'm gonna eat the babies. Oh, they're crunchy. Like, and I'm like, this is fucked up. And I look like a babushka, but like a hippie Portland babushka because it was cold, like you were saying, and I forgot to actually wear layers. And so I had like a scarf wrapped around my head and a pink kimono and like all my layers, like 3 skirts and a dress and something like that. You know what? I think it's so important, like if we can record ourselves even for just a minute. I think when we could do even short stuff, it's just these little reminders, like, oh, and I love hearing
Coaching yourself through it is one of the themes that I wanted to try to remember to say.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Yes. Oh, I love it. The like what the work that you've done with it, and to see the changes over the years, or like your own experience looking at yourself from years ago and remembering that it can be hard, and like really appreciating your experience with intense emotion and like being overworked and hitting your wall day after day, or like I do appreciate that there's some similarity in a sense of just feeling it like overly intense. It's just like and then still being able to work through it and come in. There's always a silver lining, or there's always some sunshine on the other side. So thank you. That was super helpful.
Yay, thank you for asking. A chance to go, oh my God, this is how I think you're awesome. And I think you're awesome because of this and this.
I so needed that. Thank you. Oh, I'm slowly gonna sell this chair because it's squeaky. I heard that in the video. I started watching it. I'm like, oh my God, I'm like complaining, and I said vitamins 3 times, and what am I doing?
And did it make sense what I was saying about like right now, really what on the channel, like if it really doesn't matter if people watch any of our stuff right now. Like it really is about getting it up on the channel and getting the algorithm to start to pay attention. And then when people do happen to show up at the channel, they already see a whole bunch of stuff. They're like, oh, this looks interesting. I'm gonna check that one out. Oh, I'm gonna check that one out. you know,
Yeah.
but I don't expect anyone to watch all of it unless they're like, I don't know, there'll be some fans, but mostly we're just getting the library up right now.
We're rocking it. We're doing it. We're
And
figuring it out.
imperfect, modeling imperfect, just
Modeling imperfection.
going for a strong B, not a B plus, just a B.
Oh man, yeah. I'm like start striving for 85%, not 100. 100 ain't gonna ever happen, and it's okay. Maybe there's rare moments, but even surgeons screw up. That's what I like to say. Uh,
It's all welcome, but please, yes, let go that top 20%, 15-20%.
I'm working on it.
Me too.
Definitely, as we both know, easier said than done, though I think it gets easier
Mhm,
the more that we work on it, like a snowball effect.
mhm.
So and that's what I'm hoping. We just up level and then the challenges get the same. And we're like, yeah, fuck.
I'm hoping that the orientation towards the challenges will feel different eventually. I hope.
I
Um,
think one of my goals is to go ahead and I want to befriend the negative thoughts in my head. And I want to look at challenges with more excitement and be like, ooh, it triggered. Look at that. Ooh, it's coming up. And I feel like I've had those moments and it's almost like I forgot. So now I'm like, oh, did I record any of that? Can I remind myself? It'll come back at some point, something will click, something else I'll read will come through. Yeah, I like that goal. Let's have a different relationship with challenges because they're always going to come and they
Mhm,
teach us so many things. Yeah,
mhm,
like breakdown to breakthrough.
mhm, mhm, mhm,
Mm.
mhm.
Aw, thank you. I needed this.
Yay, me too.
Mm.
Glad we got to spend some time together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your body's like, be like, can we rest now? Is that what
Yeah,
it's?
you're drooping a little bit more and a little bit. You're right. I'm drooping more.
I was totally guessing, but I wanted to call that out and be like, is that, can I talk about to that part of you? It's okay.